Hi, I'm Jim, W6LG, your ham radio Elmer here on YouTube. Welcome to my radio room in Rockland, California. This video is about speaking into the microphone, and it sounds simple, but oftentimes it gets misunderstood. And it's a little bit different if you're doing a YouTube video. Depending on the microphone, you may be able to be a little bit further away from the mic. So right now I'm maybe 6 to 8 inches. This is a Shure SM7B and a really good voice mic. Over there, I've got it over there. Over at the station, I've got a dynamic microphone from Amazon that cost $80, and I close talk that microphone. So talking into the microphone, processing level, equalizer, ALC, all those things are important. So let's do a couple of them first. If you're on single sideband, you really should have the microphone up against your lips, or close to your lips, I should say. And also, you want to talk into the microphone in the direction of the cartridge. In this case, if you remove the cover and everything, the cartridge is facing up. And so I want to speak into it by talking directly into the cartridge. If the cartridge was on the side, like here, then I would want to turn the mic and speak into the side. And again, keeping the microphone a couple of inches from the lips. In some cases, 3 fingers or 4 fingers is good. Reason being, if you're miles away from the microphone, then you pick up room echo, and it becomes to be, and you run the mic gain up to compensate because you don't have enough into the mic, and you get room echo and other noises in the background, and it frankly doesn't sound very good. So I'm going to turn my mic gain down and speak directly into the microphone. I'm watching the meter, make sure I'm not overmodulating. On a transceiver, how do you set the mic gain? You do not do it by asking other guys how it sounds, or does the mic gain sound like it's too high or too low. That's not the way to set the mic gain, and it will vary from mic to mic. So one microphone may have a mic gain setting very different from another one. The way you determine where the mic gain should be set is not by the position of the knob or the number that you turn it to. You find the meter setting that indicates ALC, and you talk, and now you're going to have to go back to that meter setting more than once. So the meter is going to move up to the end of a larger line. Usually there's no numbers that associate with that line. It's just a marker. Beyond that, there's a space and then another line. You don't want to go past or into that space. You want to keep it like 3/4 scale. That's how you set the mic gain. So you adjust the mic gain looking at the meter, close talk the microphone, speak in the same level that you would speak in the same level every time. So you just speak into the microphone at a normal level. Don't yell. Yelling does not make you stronger at the other end. Yelling doesn't get the DX station. You may be excited, but just speak in a normal voice. Slow your speech down a tad. A lot of folks speak really fast, and that could be hard for somebody else to understand. Could be somebody in the States, could be somebody in Europe. The processing level is the next thing that you'd probably want to adjust. So you switch the meter, it'll either say COMP or PROC, and you adjust the processing level, which is separate from the mic gain, so that it indicates about 5 dB, never more than 10. So 10 is the very most. Typically, you want to set it around 5, so the needle goes up to about 5, and that's about it. Go back to the ALC level and make sure that that's still where it belongs. The equalizer. Some transceivers have a really simple equalizer where you set the bass and treble. I would encourage you to set the bass to 0 or minus. In my case, on my ICOM, it's -2, and the treble is +5. So when I set those, what's happening? I'm setting a mic gain level, aren't I? So if I were to move them both to 10, which you should not do, it wouldn't sound very good. You'd have to adjust the mic gain. And again, so it's -2 plus 5. You set the mic gain with the ALC meter. You set the processing with the COMP meter. And the equalizer, I would encourage you to use very little bass and emphasize the high frequencies. For example, on mine, I've got the bass set to 200 hertz, the level to -10, the bandwidth to 0 or 1. On the middle equalizer, it's 1500 plus 7, and the bandwidth is 0. So 1500 plus 7, 0 or 1, depending on the transceiver. On equalizer number 3, because I have 3 different settings, it's the maximum of 3200. I set the level to plus 10 and the bandwidth to 0. So it's 200 minus 10, 0, 1500 plus 7, 0, 3200 plus 10, and 0. And I do that for both the equalizer settings, which are with the processor on and with the processor off. So I do both of those. After I adjust those, I have to go back to the mic gain setting, put the meter in the ALC position, make sure that it's about 3/4 scale, go to the processor again and reset that for 5 dB, and then I'm done. Talking into the microphone, again, speak directly into the mic, set your level of speech, your volume that you're using, the same every time you talk into the microphone. Don't yell. And I've gone through setting the mic gain, the processor level, the equalizer. In some transceivers, there's an AMC setting. You might want to put that to max for start. I've got mine set to 80 because that seems to work the best. Again, slow your speech down, enunciate. If you want to talk it up a little, that's fine. Choose your words carefully and enjoy being on single sideband. Have a lot of fun, work some DX. The idea is to enjoy what you're doing and do it in a way where your signal is clean and easily understood. I'm Jim. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. I'm Jim, W6LG in Rockland, California, saying 73, and see you the next time. Bye-bye.